Hopefully this video will help at least one person who wants to get into cybersecurity. So you've graduated in cybersecurity, but I say don't skip IT. I saw a video on YouTube where a cybersecurity expert who specializes in software development, he even said do not skip software programming. I had the same thoughts and I'd say the same. If you're in the IT infrastructure field, do not skip IT fundamentals if you want to specialize in cybersecurity. Throughout my career, I've guided so many people to become the best IT professional they can be. For the last 10 years, I've guided young people on how to begin their career in IT. I've advised juniors on how to build their confidence, even colleagues on areas they should specialize in based on their strengths. I'm often asked by young people how to get into cybersecurity. For younger people, the easiest path for them is to continue education, which means to study in university. In this video, we'll cover 4 reasons why graduating in cybersecurity may not be enough to land yourself your first job. Cover number 1, the importance of IT fundamentals. 2, the competition in cybersecurity. 3, IT professionals versus cybersecurity graduates. And 4, why you should study IT before specializing. You'll learn that IT skills will not only benefit you but give you the upper hand when it comes to securing a job. You also add more skills to your arsenal and knowledge. Hopefully this video will help at least one person who wants to get into cybersecurity. Certifications and knowledge is sometimes not enough. It's just too much competition. So, the importance of IT fundamentals. Getting a cybersecurity degree is a significant achievement, but it's something you need to hear. Do not skip the IT fundamentals. It's so tempting to dive into cybersecurity with ethical hacking and threat hunting. Without a solid foundation, you miss all the essential skills. Just think, how can you excel in cybersecurity without ever resolving an IT problem, or even understanding or having the basics of IT fundamentals, or even understanding the day-to-day end users and what they do and how they use the softwares and systems? Cybersecurity isn't just about defending the system from external attacks. It's about understanding the systems you're defending. How can you defend and fortify your own system if you have no basics of how it was set up in the first place, or even basic networking? Or even understand how end users use cloud apps for Microsoft 365 and how their account is even created in Microsoft Azure. And if you're wondering, even Elon Musk says, learn the fundamentals before anything else.
What I mean by that is boil things down to their fundamental truths and reason up from there, as opposed to reasoning by analogy.
This applies to cybersecurity. Without the core IT knowledge, you're missing out on how the system functions at a foundational level. Number 2, the competition in cybersecurity. Just take note, cyber graduates, you're competing against IT professionals. IT professionals who've been working their job, building and maintaining systems for years. And they also want to get into cybersecurity and want to niche down. And they might be even overqualified in applying for a junior cybersecurity role. But they're more confident because they understand the ins and outs, the networking, the platforms, the end users, how a virus would travel throughout the system, the network, processes, the different apps involved. Number 3, IT professionals versus cybersecurity graduates. In fact, when I was going after this cybersecurity role, I was up against a cybersecurity graduate. It may have been a junior, or he definitely had at least a year in cybersecurity, but he just didn't understand how systems were built, maintained, everyday IT interactions, users updates. He just didn't understand the back end of IT systems compared to myself, who's been working in IT for 10 years. It was my IT background that gave me the edge, and still to this day I still use my IT skills in cybersecurity. There were over 70 applicants, many with cybersecurity experience, but the company, they went after someone who has that core foundation. Many of them had even more cybersecurity certification, but a few had a grasp of IT fundamentals. Servers, cloud, IT policy. They probably wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation with the IT manager. The truth is, cybersecurity is a mid-level IT role. There are other junior entry roles, but it's very competitive. I'll cover it later in the video. IT skills is what you need to succeed and give you the competitive edge. I mean, in the US, it might have been a requirement to have a cybersecurity degree, or at least give you a upper hand, but in the video below, the White House and government have actually removed the requirement of a 4-year degree because there's so much demand for cybersecurity engineers. So now the floodgates have opened. It's no longer how to protect the system, but more understanding how it was built in the first place and what you're protecting. So now a lot of IT guys will see that these roles are open without a university degree and they'll go for it. And as mentioned before, cybersecurity is a mid-level role. The best cybersecurity professionals are multi-skilled with deep foundational knowledge in IT and user-facing environments. Of course, there are roles that really specialize and niche down into cybersecurity, but at that level, you're touching programming and software development. But once again, you'll need the core understanding of programming and coding. And then in that industry, you soon realize that actually you're competing with software developers who have years of experience in building apps and platforms. Number 4, why you should study IT before specializing. Advice I can give you to increase your chances in landing yourself a cybersecurity role is to build your IT skills. Because many people, such as myself, who are trying to break into cybersecurity have 5 to 10 years of IT experience. Study certifications like CompTIA Security Plus and CYSA Plus, but don't neglect the IT fundamentals. Those will set you apart. I would say in the meantime, land yourself a junior IT role, first line support, desktop support analyst role. Generally easier to break into and actually quite good for graduates. Also have standard working hours, whereas many graduates who graduate in cybersecurity are working SOC roles where there is shift work and crazy amount of hours involved. 4 days on, 4 days off, 12-hour shifts, reading log after log, line after line of events. You also find yourself, you might be siloed in this SOC operations role where you hate cybersecurity and you'll be absolutely tired to develop your skills and study further. If you have a solid IT foundation, you can expand. If you go into IT and you like networking, you can jump from CCNA, Network Plus, and specialize in threat hunting and plug in the skills that you need to go into ethical hacking, penetration testing. Focus on your IT fundamentals and specialize and study cybersecurity. This will give you a chance to niche down in what type of role you want in cybersecurity. Remember, your IT skills will only complement your cybersecurity role. Take my advice, build those skills early. Understand the systems, the users, and how they all connect. That's what will make you stand out. All the new cybersecurity graduates, don't skip IT. Build that foundation first. You'll find it much easier to thrive in cybersecurity. You'll see that cybersecurity is taken even more seriously than ever. On the next video, where you'll see that World War III is potentially cyber warfare.